we're back. Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. Just trying to make a video. So you're probably wondering what a year of French lessons look like. And does a year of French lessons actually help? These are the questions we need to be asking. I've been taking French lessons for the past year now with a private French tutor, and I wanted to share with you what my current progress looks like. Let's get right into it. Alright. Donc, je commence. Bonjour tout le monde, et je me présente à toi. Je m'appelle Gracie et je suis très excitée pour l'expérimenter cette vidéo. J'ai commencé à apprendre le français quand j'avais 8 ans, mais je ne parle pas très bien parce que je ne pratiquais pas tous les jours. Donc, j'ai oublié beaucoup de mots. À vrai dire, les choses que je te dis en ce moment, j'ai écrit avant la vidéo. So I'm cheating. Mais pourquoi je fais ça? C'est parce qu'en réalité, je pense et je parle lentement. Pour moi, c'est plus facile quand j'écris et quand je lis que je parle en français. Je sais, je fais beaucoup d'erreurs, donc corrige-moi si tu veux. Je veux améliorer mon français, donc le dernier an, j'ai trouvé un professeur qui aide moi. Nous rencontrons un jour chaque semaine pour 1 heure. Et maintenant, je fais session parce que je pense que c'est améliorer mon français. So as I mentioned or tried to mention in French, I wrote all of that down just before I made this video, and I tried to translate it from Google as best as I could to see if it's correct, but I do understand that there might still be some or a lot of errors. But I want to show you now what a true representation looks like with me just speaking French out of thin air, or really out of random. So this is what it looks like. Bonjour, aujourd'hui il fait beau, il y a du soleil. Aujourd'hui je suis allée à mon travail et je travaille pour 8 heures. Je prends ma voiture et je conduis presque 1 heure. Oui, j'ai travaillé 8 heures et les gens sont très gentils à mon avis. Et donc aujourd'hui je suis très contente. Ce matin, je mangeais les œufs et les pains. As you might have noticed, my French is still quite broken, and it still seems that I'm really unsure of what to say a lot of times because I'm still trying to convert the English in my head into French. So it's still something that I'm trying to overcome and still trying to get more comfortable with. So I hope that making these videos is going to help me out with that. So why am I making this video? I'm making this video because I want to start documenting my progress. So again, like I said, I've been taking French lessons for about a year now, but I've actually been learning French much earlier than that. So I started, as I tried to mention in French, I started when I was 8 years old in school. It wasn't French immersion or anything like that, but it would be French lessons for, I think it was once a week, or maybe it was once a day. I don't really remember, to be honest, and maybe that's why I'm so bad right now. Parce que j'ai oublié. And then again, I took French when I was in 3rd grade all the way up until 9th grade, and then I didn't continue because I thought I'm never gonna really need this and I'm never gonna really want to do it. But lo and behold, here we are some odd years later with me taking up French lessons because I want to learn the language. And why? Parce que j'adore la langue. C'est ça. So why do I want to prove it? Again, like I said, j'adore la langue. So now I'll talk a little bit about what I want to do with these videos. Again, I mentioned that I want to start documenting my progress. I want to try and keep myself accountable for learning, and hopefully by looking back on these videos I can see how much or how little I've improved in such time. So hopefully that practice helped. So did a French tutor actually help me? And what are some of the things that I did learn? So in that whole span of a year, there are couple things that I did in conjunction with taking private French lessons. I also watched films in French or TV shows, or I would put the subtitles in French so that I would be able to read it. Again, like I said, I read it much better. It's much easier for me that way. I don't even know if I'm speaking English properly. What I recently did was I bought a French book And then so that way I can read a little bit more. But I would start to also listen to French music. So I made a whole playlist on Spotify with things that sounded nice to me in French, and I tried to sing along even though I didn't really know what the full scope of it meant, but if it sounded nice, I kind of liked it anyways. At one point I even changed like the words on my phone, or like the setting on my phone to put it towards the French language, so that helped a little bit, but then I got frustrated, so I changed it back. I also downloaded this app. It's called HelloTalk, and it helps connect me with native French speakers, and then we would kind of go back and forth, and I would kind of learn from them how to say certain things, and they would correct me, which was awesome because then I would help them as well in English. So why do I still suck at French? I still suck because I don't practice enough, not nearly as enough as I should. I don't practice every single day. Although my French tutor does give me homework, I tend to leave it till the last minute, and that's not really so great for long-term potentiation or remembering it for a long period of time. I didn't print out the homework pages. I would always just do it on my laptop, and maybe that's just a personal thing. What I'm really trying to practice as well is consistency. So by making a video every so often and probably uploading it maybe once a month or so, we'll see how this goes. Hopefully again I can see my progress and track my progress from there. So here's the plan. Here's what I'm proposing. My plan is to continue with the practices. We'll continue with my French tutor, but also every single day to record myself speaking for at least 5 minutes in French. And then I would also spend another 20 minutes or so either listening to music or watching a show in French. And then I'd spend another 5 or 10 minutes or so reading just the book that I have, or even an article in French possibly. But that's the plan. So 20 minutes of listening, 10 minutes of reading, and then 5 minutes of speaking. So should be about 35 minutes of practice, right? So hopefully that goes well. So that's what I'm going to try, and hopefully that works out well for me. You'll know if it is working or if it isn't, because I'm going to show you a video of it. Hopefully it does work out, and then I end up filming it and it ends up on this channel. So people always say to put a consequence to something. I'm gonna actively choose not to put a consequence to this because I want learning French to be something that is enjoyable to me. So I'm going to opt out of putting a consequence, and hopefully just the mere drive of wanting to learn the language is motivation enough. Internal motivation is intrinsic motivation is always better than extrinsic motivation. So let's try that. So this is the start of documenting the rest of my journey of learning French, and hopefully in the next few months or even the next year or so I get a lot better and I'm able to speak more coherently in French. That's it. C'est fini. Thank you everybody for watching and for sticking around for this first video. Again, I hope to have more progress videos to share, and hopefully we do see that we are making progress and that we are improving in our French, or I am, and you, if you are also learning French. So maybe we should learn French together? I'm so awkward. Anyways, I will see you next time.